Hello, you are welcome to Dr. Yezama Damas. Today I'm going to talk about a funny story that I had 2 days ago. And I was forced to go in that very place to find out what happened. I was sent a video of a woman caught cheating by the husband. And it happened just next to my neighborhood. I was sent this video and I was meant to play it. I was asked to play it on my platforms. Unfortunately, I'm not going to play it. But I'm going to use the story to teach and to learn from it. This lady was caught in a lodge with a certain man. And when the husband reached there, the following morning, the lady told the husband that she was late from work and she reached the stage where she boarders a boda boda. Boda boda in Uganda, it's a motorbike, where she would board a boda boda to her home, and the borders were no more. It was done. It was late in the night. So she decides to call the boyfriend and stay or for company. So they ended up lodging. That's her side of the story. But cut the whole story short, when the husband asked the nigger, the love nigger, what, or the lover boy, why? So the lover boy tells the man that I'm doing a job that you can't do well, servicing her than you service her. The guy says, okay, it's all right. Since you can do the job better than me, take her. Tells the lady, please don't come back to my crib, just stay with him. And then the lady says, no, please, honey, don't leave me. And the guy says, no, don't mind, babe, don't mind. I have a house. I have 2-roomed house. I'm renting a 2-roomed room, so we can have our lives together. But on my surprise, it was the girl to say no. And then this nigga tries to convince the girl. And this guy doesn't have brains. I'm thinking, if she was saying no in front of him, but the boy or the husband, the ex, was brilliant enough to say no, please don't come back to my home or to my crib. Just stay with the guy who does better than me. So gentlemen, I was forced to go there yesterday. When I went there and tried to investigate, and I asked the people around that place who saw the story, because in the background I would hear people even advising this guy that just dump that bitch. The way she was cheating on her husband with you, it's the same way she's going to cheat on you. And that reminds me of a certain song I had when I was growing up. It is a country song called Second Hand, Tawasanga Second Hand. However, the difference is that she was with him. So for him, we believe that he can take her home. So some of the comments that I wrote down from the people I met at the scene, at the place. I asked some of the girls who were working on the rooms, and I asked others who cleaned the place, and even some who were around. So some comments. He decided. Now this one was appreciating this guy, that he decided that he handled that like a true gentleman and told her to stay there with the guy. So this one was appreciating the man. And another one said that, women are, I will not mention that. The last one, because I'm seeing most of them, they're the same. And others are using certain language you don't want to use right now. So another one says, take notes, gentlemen. And so this one was looking into me and in my camera. I say, take note, gentlemen. Lead with your logic and control your emotions with staunchism. You'll Google that. I don't need to teach you a new word. Let it be your new word in case you didn't know it. So that's it. So many. Actually, I wonder, so many men right now, so many men want to take such. So many men go down with second hand. Or so many men want things that others are dumping. Because clearly in this video that I was watching, it showed to me that this gentleman dumped this girl. And then on the other hand, this other guy was ready to pick what they have dumped. I don't know where you learned that from. I don't know how. So that's where we are getting these crazy guys. I remember very well when I was renting around Kagugube, I was a neighbor with a certain couple, and they were from Rwanda. This girl was very hot, but they would fight every night, almost every night. What I didn't know, this girl was a whore, and the guy, so whenever the guy has gone away, this girl goes on street. And even when this guy was around, but before he comes back, this girl would go on street. Not until one time I met her around Rock Bar. In the night I was from work, and she was standing there on the street. So many times when guys dump, some others are picking, which is funny. Continue picking what they have dumped. You realize that you will be the victim tomorrow. So I don't advise someone to pick what they've dumped. However, this young man was ready to take what they've dumped, no matter he was with her. And I'm sure this guy was not, you never know, but he was not serious. Most of the men who sleep with married women, they just take them for fantasy, for fun. They don't want to commit to them. They don't want to take them home. Perhaps he was just speaking because of her presence, but I'm sure these kind of guys always are players. They don't want to take shit home. So hope ladies learn that. Most of the times women are just used. Most of when you marry a woman and guys are flattering with you, they just want to screw you up and then leave you. They take you as a game. They chase you, leave you, go on another one. But women don't learn. Remember I told you women most times don't learn. They just learn from there. Actually, they just follow others. There is also another video I watched on TV. It was happening in Nigeria. A lady was, there were two girls, or there were two ladies and their sisters. One was older than the other. So the younger one was hooked up with a nice, decent man. A man who has something. We all know all ladies love men who have something. So when they got together as the sisters as they were talking, and the young one told the older one that there's this guy who loves me, and he's asking me for marriage. He wants to come home and see our parents and ask. So the elder one asked, oh, can I please see him? And they arranged, they met, and when they met, the older one looked at the guy. Later, he told the young one the following day that, because the guy was coming to pick this lady, the young one. So he told the young one that, you know what, you should have seen this man. This man looks to be married, because the way I see, he must be married, and he's just looking forward to sleep with you and dump you. He's just going to use you. Say, are you sure? Say, yeah, I'm your big sister. What I'm telling you, I know. So this girl said, now what can I do? So the big sister tells the young one that, you know what, when this guy comes, fall down. Like you have eclipse in symbol. Fall down, and then I'll ask him, we shall see what he will do. We ask him to take you to hospital. And actually, that's when we shall see that he can take care of you. So this young one says, okay, let me do it since you're my big sister. To cut the whole story short, the guy comes and this lady falls down and does those funny things as if she's possessed. The guy goes away. He records and goes away. Just that moved for long. So later, this girl wakes up and says, why has he gone? Say, you see, I told you, he didn't love you. So when this girl, stays at home, tells the mom and some other sisters tell her, you're stupid. How can you do such a thing? So what if it was you? And that guy fell down and did all that you did. Would you stay around? Says, no, but me, I was testing. When you love someone, they say in every circumstance, you stay around. So that's how she lost. Remember, I told you many times, women are misled by their families, friends, and movies. Misled women. So that's how she lost it. I think I watched it it was on a certain local TV, and they had problems. So I cut the whole story short. When they asked what's the wrong thing or what happened, this big sister said, I was jealousy. I was feeling sad because my young sister was married before me. And, I'm in my late 40s. No man has approached me. I was feeling bad that she's leaving me on the compound. Women, clock goes, it ticks. So always analyze. They don't analyze. So many women have lost their marriage just because their big sisters have told them this. It's really funny. And then also there's a video I was watching today of a married woman, and he was asked why he lost or why he left his marriage. And this woman says that she went in marriage with her idea. She had some idea of how marriage would move like. But she was surprised, or she was shocked that things didn't move the way she wanted. So she ended up divorcing, and she went in another one. It didn't work out, and now she's on a clock. And it's late. As I've always told you the truth, there is no woman who will date or would get married to a man who is lower than them. It's very few. On 100, you find 2 or 3 women who can agree to settle down with a man who has nothing. And that's why I challenge a certain saying that we've had for over years, that behind every strong man, there is a strong woman, which is a lie. Maybe it worked in those days of our fathers and our grandies. Right now, modern women want a man who has something. You hear them on TV, on radio, even at church. At my church, I hear them. They are complaining. They're not getting married. They want men who can commit to them, but they want a man who has something. And one of the videos I told you, there's nothing. My wife would settle down with me if I had nothing, it wouldn't happen. The reason why she got married to me, she came in my home or in my house because I had than her exes or her boy lovers. So likewise to you gentlemen, you have to work hard, put up something. But I don't believe in the other saying. However, a woman wants someone who has something that they will come and rip, tear it down, and that's when they will move out. And I see why this woman wants to go back to the other guy that she keeps on cheating on, because the other guy because he's staying at a certain place called Chijapan. He has a very nice, beautiful house. So because the guy has a house, he has something. So that's why she's not ready to go and settle with the boy lover that she was sleeping with. For God's sake. They are caught in act. But I appreciate that gentleman. Man, thank you. I respect you. You did a very bold decision. That's what I would do. That's what I would say. You just give her in. I'm looking. Let me dare get you. I just give you. I just let you take her. That was a bold thing this guy did. But because this guy has something, that's why this girl, shameless, she wanted to go back. That is just a mistake. It was late, but this is the second time. That's what they have said. This is the second time. So this guy did a very bold decision to let her go. So he would meet people like, hey, this guy, he has been built. There is nothing. These modern women don't build any man. Maybe a few are there, and I believe few are there. Some are there who do the right thing. But that's where we are. That's how life is. A woman will never settle with a man who has nothing. So guys, work hard. By the way, ladies, let me tell you one thing. Basing on this other video I was telling you of a woman who was divorced. So who divorced? Actually, sorry, it's women who initiated. This woman who divorced, and she said she used to think, she had an idea of what marriage would look like. So because things were not moving according to her plans, she decides to go away. As always they've done like that. When things don't go the way they want or the way they plan, they move away. So this is my advice to you. Or this is what I want to tell you about life. Life is hard. Life is very, very hard. Looking good is hard. Putting up a shelter is very hard. Staying in marriage is very hard. There's nothing good that comes easily. Even parenting is very hard. So this thing of blaming another, women love blame game. She wants to do something wrong and she wants to blame another one. I think it has been there for years. We see it even in the Bible. When Eve ate the forbidden fruit, started blaming. And now funny people even blame Adam. Where was Adam? Your wife can cheat on you when you're with her. She can even just a very short period of time, she's with another guy. You can even be with her in bed when she's fattling with another man on phone when you're seated together. So that's how they are. It only takes God. There's some, I don't mean that all are like that. There's some who are okay, who are very highly disciplined. And I think all this comes from home at times. Personal respect. As long as someone has lost respect for their spouse, it's very easy to do these nasty things. It's very easy for a woman to cheat or a man to cheat. As long as they don't respect their spouses, they don't. Whenever you hear a woman who doesn't respect the husband, just know she's sleeping with other men. It's very, very high chances of getting her if you decide. Whenever you hear her complaining of her own home, because the truth, life is hard, working is hard, staying home is hard. It's very easy to get wedded, but it's very hard for you to be a wife. It takes respect, submission. That's how it is. But because they see movies and they are on social media, they see pictures, they think it's simple. They think it's, a game. Because you see this a guy opens the door and because you've seen it in the movies. Wapi, kalas. What you see in the movies is not what's on the ground. That's why homes get hotter for you, and then you end up taking off. But as long as you want something, it's hard. Being rich is very hard. Someone told me, he's a billionaire. He told me he sleeps almost 4 hours a day. And then the rest is working. He's checking on his systems, It's hard. But they want simple stuff. They want someone who has built, someone who has a house, someone who has a car, a business, so that you steal, so that you, they have that feeling that when you're divorced, you take. Some of us have nothing. Nothing. Me, I don't have. Actually, this house that I've always told you, it's my family house. It's the family that contributed. It's my family. I don't. So that's how crazy things are. There's nothing simple. Now, today morning, before I did this video, I walked out, went to the center, and asked some women. I met young ones. I went in different ages. I asked them, if you had 100, or if you had $1 billion, if you get $1 billion, would you give it to your husband? Most of the young ladies I met, they said no, they can't give it to their husbands. Some even told me, if I get $1 billion, I just go away, leave him. And when I went to the old women, 50 plus, asked them, if you got $1 billion, would you give it to your husband? And you remain with maybe 10K or $1 million. They told me, after when I reached the old ladies, I asked them, if you had $1 billion and also you had 1 million, would you give your husband 1 million or you give them $1 billion? The old ladies said, I would give $1 billion to my husband. And then I asked one why. She told me that it would still be ours, because my husband will use the $1 billion to take care of us. And I was like, Now, also it goes back to the other thing of strong women behind, strong men having strong women behind them, successful men having strong women behind them. Those were the old ladies, because all the young ones were saying no. One told me that I would buy property, I would build apartments, and I keep quiet. I would build them there at my family, at her at her family as her, or invest it in some other thing, but not even let my husband know about it. And I was like, wow. So it's always good to research. So that's their thing. And I say always, I know my wife doesn't like to hear it, and they want to believe it. It is the truth. The only things I've realized modern women come with, if they're lucky, there are two things: the egg and the womb. That's the only thing I've seen modern women come with. That's if they can give birth. The ovary and the womb. But when they're getting out, they want to take a bunch. There's a song I used to enjoy so much. It was done by a certain artist, Sachula, as you call them. It was called Yaja Nakavera. A lady can come in your home with Kavera, putting all the drama around. But the day she will leave your home, you finish for yourself. But that's how life is. Around church, most single women tell us that men don't want to commit, men don't want to marry. Yes, because they have learned, they have seen it from us. Some have been with ladies and ladies went separated. As we've always said it here, it's 90% women who leave men. It's a few men who leave their wives, but it's very hard. Unless a woman has nagged them very much. So when I asked a lady, why? This lady tells me that it's the same. Marriage is hard. And she has realized it's very easy to get wedded, but it's hard to stay married. Why? Because it takes work. And if you've been raised in a home without a father or a father figure and a mother, it's very hard. It takes God. It's very easy to say that you believe in God, and it's very easy for us to know that you don't when you do the opposite. Very many people, we see them in the choirs, where in the churches, but the same very people we find sleeping around with men. Sleeping around in church is common. Pastors are doing it. Ushers, what? We hear them all over. I don't want to make this one a long one, but ladies, learn to own your mistakes. Men have learned it. Actually, that's why most men don't want to commit now, because they have seen the men who are married are suffering. Actually, there are more cases, mental cases, in married people than in single people. Women don't want to own their mistakes. They want to do something and then they blame you. They put it on you. She can start something funny, and in the long run, she will turn it. And she wants you to face it as if you are the trouble cause. That's it. Be wise. Be strong. As they always say, strong, bold, and courageous. It's our theme in church. But be strong, bold, and courageous. To know, identify, and to move around these things. I asked the last woman I was talking to, would you prefer your daughter to sleep with many men? She said no. But at first, the conversation started from a way that it's okay for women to sleep around, body counts, She was telling us that by the time she was 15, she had slept with almost 30 men. Can you imagine 15? Just getting into adulthood, slept with 30. She can't settle in marriage. She can't. She has seen all. So she was like, this guy was like this. This one was behaving like a child. This one was behaving. She kept on leaving one, getting another, and getting another, kind of. So she has a daughter. So I asked her, so you're saying it's fine for your daughter to use so many pens than to use one. She said, no. She doesn't want her daughter. Actually, many people at times understand when you bring it out to their personal or to their families, just when they understand. So this is what they do. But they don't want their children to go through. Another one has a boy. She was selling juice. When I asked her, she was telling me how men are crabs, men are dogs. So I was like, wow, you have a son. Would you agree your daughter-in-law to treat your husband, to treat your son like this? Say, don't talk about my son. Don't. She wishes the best, but for her, she has not been the best. She has not been a good wife. So, even these men find it. You have boys and girls. They will find everything that you are doing to your husband or what you husbands are doing to your wives. I remain Dr. Yazama. See you.